guys, Shauna here, Shauna K, the Priestess of Sha, however you identify me as. Throughout the years, I've had to evolve due to restrictions and just life changes, and I think that is the beauty of following someone for so many years on YouTube, because you see them evolve, you see them mature, you see them sometimes lose a lot of weight, sometimes just go through some major stuff. And so I think you guys have seen me at my worst, my best, my healthiest, my thinnest, my fattest, my sickest, you name it. You guys have seen it all. And if this video is a long time coming, it's because I was striked by YouTube's AI bots that found a video from another channel with another email 5 years ago where I was promoting something called Kratom, something I've been utilizing throughout my entire life when it came to the disease that I have, in mild doses because of the amazing pain relief. And I take the natural leaf derivative, not anything enhanced with chemicals. So the rumors you hear about this tree is false if you see it in an extremely negative light. Do some research, but unfortunately I can't really talk much about that because of the regulations in some places around the world, as well as people that are ignorant and not listening to the science that has been backed up by Johns Hopkins professionals and doctors and scientists from all over the world, showing their support, showing the evidence, but it gets ignored by morons, and here we are. So instead, I vlog my life to you guys, showing you little bits and pieces, sometimes with natural alternatives that I need to rely on so I don't have to live on prescriptions to help my nerve damage, my fibromyalgia, my neuropathy, my degenerative disc disease. On that note, I have yet another neck fusion that is on the list to get, and they're probably going to enter through the same scar, which is what I always prefer them to do, and my voice will get even deeper and raspier. Every time my voice changes drastically. One time it didn't even come back, and I had to get surgery to get my voice back because one of the vocal cords was just not moving. So I whispered while I was road raging on the freeway here in the horrible state where horrible drivers are just horrible. That's what Trump does, sorry. Very horrible drivers here in this state. Beautiful state, love it. I love this area, but probably the worst drivers in the world. I've driven on the Autobahn, okay? So I can tell you if you're a good or bad driver. To even get your license over there in Germany is one of the hardest things. It's expensive because they don't want to encourage driving, and it's a long process versus here where any willy-nilly dumbass can get his driver's license with 20 bucks. That shit doesn't fly in Germany and a lot of other places. So I've had a lot of courses for driving. All that to say, I can safely judge you on your driving skills, because I've been there, done that. Anyway, if you're seeing this on X, it's because X is awesome with its lack of over-the-top restrictions. But if you're seeing this on YouTube, it has been a while due to that. Long story short. Weight loss. I'm here to answer some very commonly asked questions that I get in my DMs, and maybe people already know the answers, but a lot of new people have made their way in. What do you literally talk about? What subject is your thing? I get that a lot because I tend to be in different spaces, especially those that have followed me since day one. Originally, I talked about natural alternatives, things that are taboo, that actually have benefits. I would review them. I would show you what it's like with them. That has since changed, unfortunately, but I still incorporate many of those things in my life and sneak them in my blog where I can, without trying to be striked. So what exactly is my focus now these days? Well, the subject is vlogging. You see moms, families, and couples vlogging and showing you their lives. It's kind of what I do, bless you, but in a very not as obvious, in our face kind of way. I have 3 kids, so I really enjoy sharing the dynamics, and it's in combination with me having a disease, an illness, also having a full-time, very good job where I bring in 6 figures, coming from, which I also talk about, my past, woman who was a homeless mom with a 2-year-old girl in the streets of Portland, now an accomplished corporate badass manager with one of the biggest businesses and companies in the entire world, with perks I only dreamed of having. I incorporate showing you my life, that if I can do it, someone who's had that experience, someone who's gone through a horrible divorce with a narcissistic psycho, married to an alpha male veteran man who has a pension for the rest of his lives due to his service. He's the stay-at-home dad, and I'm the badass woman who brings in the bacon, even though we have both incomes. I share all that with you because it's fascinating. When you think about me, and then also realize that I live in pain 24/7. I am in chronic pain that I try to manage, do with massages, ice packs pretty much every other day, natural alternatives, and sometimes a combo of Tylenol and ibuprofen on really bad days. I try not to take the muscle relaxers that I have a plethora of, or the other prescriptions that they tried to push on me. I try natural things and supplements and vitamins and things that don't have horrible studies behind them. They're still new. I'm still taking chances, but I share with you those chances. Sure you can, honey. I am real in my videos. I don't pretend. I don't give fancy editing. I don't omit certain things and cut to the next. You get to see me balancing my full-time job, my career, my motherhood, my disease, my spirituality, which brings me to the last thing that I do talk about heavily. My spiritual walk with the divine, how I've deconstructed from the church, grew up in the church. No one knows the Bible as much as I have. No one studied it as much as I have unless you have a doctrine, and I don't even have that. My mother, every night, Bible study was required. I can quote scripture backwards and forwards and usually out-preach a preacher. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because it's disappointing. The church is corrupt. And I had to literally find my way back after the horrible death of my mother. I'm a fascinating person, to say the least, and I love to share that with you all. My life has just been too unbelievable to not talk about it and share some tips, encouragement, love, and support to those out there who might run across this. Something I wish I had when I was that single mom, betrayed by her own family. So yes, I'm a student of the spiritual divine realm. The closest thing you can call me is a Christian mystic because I still hold on to those roots. I believe that God created astrology and it's been warped throughout time. But there are some Christian roots that I practice. It's very similar to Kabbalah. And so I incorporate all that. My mental health is so important to handle pain, to hold down a very amazing career, where traveling is becoming more frequent, to motherhood, to 3 kids, 18, 11, and 5, because I took 6-year breaks, apparently. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do.
Why did you play with the flying ball?
Sebastian, play with your brother with the flying ball. Oliver, I'll be right back. I'm almost done, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's not.
You didn't even go in the other room to see if he was.
Daddy, do it.
Next question that I get commonly. All right, that's it. And I show a little bit more over on TikTok, like my clothes, brands, my favorite brands, some of my commute words of wisdom. I really do a lot of my spiritual divine wisdom sharing, coaching, astrology glimpses, but I dumb it down and I don't even use the astrology lingo. I normalize it for people that are like me. I'm married to a very heavy skeptic. My husband was raised Lutheran, but when he started to notice my study and my focus and my change that I just had from going down rabbit holes to find and rediscover God, he started to notice and he started to be curious, but he's still very much a skeptic. And so I know how to talk to people that simply are almost there, but not quite. Because I live with one and I was one. I used to think it was of the devil. The things I thought is just embarrassing to think about. The way the church had to call out and admit, especially the one in 1969 about them lying about Mary Magdalene, the church admitting it. The fact that there are people out there that think the Bible was discovered fully intact, that there's actually human men that were corrupt historically, that shows which books go together in a Bible. You don't think there are others out there possibly missing and yet to be found? But yet Christians like to remain in a box. And I can talk and talk about that, but I'm not going to stop. Next question. Did you use Ozempic or semaglutide or whatever it is to lose weight? Yes and no. I swear to God. Yes and no. I was too broke, too cheap. But I started intermittent fasting, which is pretty much the same thing. You just don't eat. And I did that faithfully. And because I have a disease, I am limited on what I can do to lose weight and work out. Yoga, Pilates, and weight training, gentle weight training is what created this. And starving, fasting. So if you can't afford semaglutide, all you have to do is do intermittent fasting. And there's so many things I've talked about in previous videos that also have the same effect of semaglutide. Medication out there that you can get easily approved by any doctor because it's for like migraines or something. Mild migraines. That does the same effect. If you take a certain amount consecutively for a certain period of time, it starts to do the same thing that semaglutide does. So I talk about a lot of things. This is where the other possible yes was. I took it for like 2 weeks and I couldn't, it wasn't working good with my body that already has issues. What? Did someone knock at the door? The next one, are you single? No, I'm sorry, I'm not. But thank you for the beautiful compliments that I get from many, not just men, women too. Women love me. I've always had that because I'm a woman's woman. I'm a girl's girl. I love women and will defend them fearlessly. If I wasn't married with kids, I would have been a mercenary kicking ass for women and children. But unfortunately, it's not that way. My best friend and I, that we've been best friends since 12, we often fantasize about buying land in Scotland and just living the rest of our days together in some like farm. We're soulmates. It's not even physical like that. It's literally, I love her to death. She's my soulmate and we could just die together on an island, milking cows and living life in a simplistic way. I'm definitely not single. Sorry. But thanks for the compliment. I will leave it at that. I do hope to do more videos more frequently and instead of being so spotty. I do have a podcast. I have an Instagram and TikTok and X. X is where I post the most videos. So if you really want more of me, get an X account. Find me there. It's usually linked below or in my profile because it doesn't censor me. So if you want to know the nitty gritty of those things that I just can't say in videos here on YouTube, see you later, guys. Until next time.